Our first reading today is taken from Exodus chapter 16 verses 1 to 5. The whole Israelite community set out from Elim and came to the desert of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai. On the 5th day of the 2nd month, after they had come out of Egypt, in the desert the whole community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. The Israelites said, "If only we had died by the Lord's hand in Egypt. There we sat round pots of meat and ate all the food we wanted. But you have brought us out into this desert to starve this entire assembly to death." Then the Lord said to Moses, "I will rain down bread from heaven for you. The people are to go out each day and gather enough for that day. In this way I will test them and see whether they will follow my instructions. On the 6th day they are to prepare what they bring in, that is, to be twice as much as they gather on the other days." And our gospel reading today is taken from Matthew chapter 14, verses 13 to 21. When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, "This is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so that they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food." Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." "We have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish," they answered. "Bring them here to me," he said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up the basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides the women and children. And our next worship hymn will be "All Hail King Jesus."